What is BOI? Beneficial Ownership Information. It has to do with the Corporate Transparency Act. I have my partner and expert here that's going to talk about this Corporate Transparency Act that's coming and what is the BOI that's associated to it. And you're going to be shocked, so get a pen and paper. Three things we're going to talk about specifically in our conversation with Scott is what is beneficial ownership information, what's going to be required and compliant, what are the exact compliance details, and if so, what are some exemptions that you might have, and number three, just common mistakes and misconceptions about this and what's coming in 2024. So let's go jump into an interview with Scott right now. So Scott, welcome back. We are talking about the beneficial ownership information, part of the CTA Act. Welcome back to our conversation here, you two.
Well, thank you.
So let's talk about just the purpose and the importance of the BOI, report, because it's coming out. We have 1 year to use it. Give us some details.
So again, as business owners, we have, if your business was formed prior to Jan 1, 2024, you've got approximately 1 year. If you put a company in place after Jan 1, 2024, you have approximately, it's still kind of up for debate, 30 to 90 days to get that report submitted to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. And so what the beneficial ownership information is a full report of who the company owners are. Meaning if you own or control at least 25% of a reporting company's ownership interest, or you exercise substantial control over the reporting company, all the information, your personal information, your social, your home address, business address, EINs, everything is to be revealed. Now, if you've got companies that own other companies, now we've got to report again who the beneficial owner is. So you've got one in your primary company, one in the secondary ownership company. It's going to get a little complicated, but there is a streamlined process to make it through.
And so this is sort of ending our anonymity and privacy, right? I mean, where's the boundary in that at this point?
When it comes to financial privacy with the federal government, yes, this, financial privacy to the federal government ceases to exist after this comes into effect. Now, that doesn't mean that the general public can go grab this information from some database out there. That is what's being said. Now, whether that is true or not is yet to be seen. But yes, you hit it right on the head. The financial privacy aspect with the federal government is no longer in existence.
And this applies to U.S. and foreign-based companies that are registered into the United States?
That is correct. That is correct.
Awesome. So what are the key compliance details for the companies? And again, you went through them. And those of you that are listening out there, get a pen and paper and get some notes. But like Scott said, you really aren't going to go to a website or a portal until probably early January to even begin this. It's worth making you aware.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that system is being developed as we speak. It hasn't come live yet. So don't rush out and try and file the beneficial ownership information. You won't be able to find a link anywhere. But yes, every person, most CPAs are bringing this to light for their clients. I mean, we're screaming it from the rooftops as well. We want to keep our clients are, fully compliant. I'm all about compliance. So we want to make sure that every business owner hears this and knows that this is coming up.
So is there a cost to registering as far as the compliance?
As of right now, there is no cost to register. You just need to fill in all the appropriate data through, like I said, their specific portal that they're building.
So common misconceptions, right? So it's not just the owners with 25. I'm actually reading this off because you've got a great site. And if anybody that wants the link to the site, which is the Financial Crimes Division, will be in the description below. But talk about it's not just the owners over 25%, stake that must be reported. So
Correct.
It's also substantial control. So define the difference between that.
Yeah. So we know what the ownership is. If you're a member, you're a shareholder in a company, that is the ownership. However, when it comes to substantial control can mean a senior officer of the reporting company, such as the president, chief financial officer, general counsel, chief executive officer, chief operating officer, all of that. So again, if they can exercise substantial control and make decisions within the business, this information has to be reported as well. Now, here's one of the key things that people need to know is if you form a company or you make a change, meaning adding or removing a beneficial owner or someone who holds substantial control, you've got 30 30 days to file another document, another report that says this has changed. We added somebody to the company. We've fired the president, brought in a new president. All these things have 30 days to be reported once your initial BOI or beneficial information report is filed.
Do you think this unrolls and unravels? Do you think that there'll actually be audits, like they send out IRS auditors to oversee the companies and their taxes, deductions, et cetera? Do you think that there'll be audit that will be occurring?
I would imagine there would be audits. I mean, here's the thing. I talked about this, the other day is they're going after the small business owners. Small business owners typically don't have teams, right? And so they don't know what to do. So they're going after the low-hanging fruit, right? And absolutely, will there be audits? I definitely believe so. Absolutely.
So if you want to ask any questions, make a request, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL.com, ask a question there. Again, in the link below will be the link to the Financial Crimes Division. As Scott said, it's a part of the Treasury. We also have done some recordings just on the Corporate Transparency Act. So go above to the search bar and make sure that you look for all the videos that have anything to do with CTA or BOI, and they will be on a playlist together there just for you. And while you're, hanging out on our channel, if there's anything you want us to talk about, put it in the comment section. I want you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Click that button that says notifications so you get notified every morning and you actually watch the video. We have a journal now where you can actually write about what are you learning and what are you going to do. And those of you who are serious about living corporate life, becoming millionaires and living this entrepreneurial life, you better get a calendar and start living by a calendar, because you've got some dates now that are adding to what the structure is as you live corporate life. So we're here 5 days a week. Please share and comment into the sections, and we'll be back tomorrow with more conversations about money and wealth building.